My. Let's get centered here. What's going on? All right. This is it. Hope everything's working. Had some technical difficulties, so hopefully the sound, the audio, and everything else is coming through loud and clear. What is up, everybody? If it's coming in loud and clear, please let me know. I'm actually checking out all your guys' comments. You guys are getting already into it. You're getting excited. I am. What's up, Lenore? She's saying she's always looking forward to Wednesdays. So this is Artistic Freedom episode 51. Episode 51. If you guys watched the last episode, which I'm sure you did, or if you're watching this episode right now at a later date, just know that episode 50 was epic. It was one of the best ones ever. It worked out really well, and I, of course, always appreciate you guys for joining. Let's see here. All right, so who's on here? So for episode 51, you guys are here. Brody Jade. Is that what it says? Brody Jade, what's up? Thanks for being on here. Lenore saying, hey, sexy. What's up, Lenore? Christy, what's up? Amanda's here. So hello. Let's see here. Evie's on here as well. See, man. Okay, cool. You guys, I'm going back in the comments right now, and you guys have had some serious conversations since I've been gone. Lenore says she always looks forward to Wednesdays. Me too. I look forward to every day. Every day is like a Monday, and I like Mondays. So it's a new start. Every day's a new start. And that's what we're doing today. Okay. I'm going to go back in the comments here for a second. And thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. And by the way, hello, Kim. Nice glasses. Look at you. Rocking and rolling. These comments, I should make these comments bigger. Let me see if I can do that. Let's do this. How do you guys like that? You guys like that? Is that better? You guys dig that? Is that cool? Sachi said she's on here. She just watched 50. She was out of state last week. Thank you for being on here, and we appreciate you guys. I'm going to go straight back to the beginning of the comments. You guys really like to get into that spicy section. If Dambria said, if you were born in September, it's pretty safe to assume that your parents started their New Year's off with a bang. Wow. Okay. Ian's on here. What's up? I also got another one. That's funny. If you see a robbery at an Apple store, does that make you an eyewitness? What do you get when you cross a snowman and a vampire? Frostbite. Amanda's actually asking how many of you have been tattooed by Farmer. I would actually like to know too. If you guys have been tattooed by me, send me a wave, send me a wink, send me a link, send me a whatever the fuck you can send me on here. Diana, thanks for being on here. Dambria, of course, as always, thanks for being on here. You guys are in it. Let's see. Dad joke of the day. God, I can't even read them all. There was a lot of good ones. So if I missed something, you can repost it. But thanks, guys, for being on here. So I got to tell you guys a really cool story, which, of course, is why you're here. So Linda's real. If you don't believe me, Linda's real. I'm going to prove it here in a minute. Okay, so Linda, let's take a look here. Actually, I got a mouse now, so I don't have to look at my computer. This is pretty cool. So Linda is real. If you guys don't know who Linda is, well, I'm about to show you who Linda is. Linda's not only real, but I have photographic evidence, literally photographic evidence that Linda's real. So do you guys want to see Linda? Well, I guess I'm not going to show you unless you guys want to see. So you're going to have to let me know. If you guys want to see Linda, I'll show you who Linda is. By the way, not only is she real, but I got some gifts. I'll just show you. Since Linda, if you're watching, if you're out there, I know you are. I know you're out there, but I also know you're not watching because you never watch these. But as always, you know I'm thinking about you. You know that you're my favorite. And when I say you're my favorite, I always say you're my favorite customer. She never believes me, but it's true. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the attention. Thank you for the love. And you know what? She treats me good. Check this bad boy out. My least favorite color, but you know what? To be honest with you, this is pretty dope. And it goes with the outfit. So we got a bit of a Superman vibe going on today. You know what we should do? Let's do this. Let's see if we can do this. Just for you, Linda. Let's go to a color change. See what we can get here. Do we have any blue, green? There's some blue. There's purple. There's pink. There's red. That's not really much of a blue, but you know what? Let's get the background to match the lighter. So, Linda, look what you did. She bought me a torch. Who doesn't like a good torch? If you guys are ever wondering what to get a man for a gift and you don't know what to buy him, it's pretty fucking easy. Buy him a torch. Buy him something that you can click, make flames, make power, make sounds, make noises, whatever that is. Men love that shit. It's pretty easy. So we're going to keep that background blue for the day. So we got a Superman color going on. All right, so you guys want to see Linda? By the way, Linda, thank you for my Arturo Fuente. This is a cigar I've never had, and she picked it out specifically for me. So thank you so very much. I like when they come in these little cases. These are pretty cool. Again, gift ideas, guys. If you ever have any special person out there you want to buy a gift for, cigars are always a good one if they're smokers. If not, actually get them one anyway because they could always gift it. But when they come in these cases, these nice hard cases, it's great because then you can actually reuse these or at least take the one you bought on the run, and you don't have to worry about putting it in your vest, or like when I go ride or something, I like to put one in my vest. I don't want to crush it. So it's a good way to put it in a bag or a gift bag, or really just put it in your pocket. So anyway. Okay. Amanda wants to see Linda. Let's see who else. Who else? Lenore wants to see Linda. All right, you guys ready? I'm going to show you Linda. Here we go. She's real. You know what? Hold on. Should I get some? Let's do this. Are you guys ready for this? All right. So we're going to get some music in here. We're going to get you guys some photographic evidence here that Linda's real. You ready for this? This is it. This is what you get. There you go. Right there. Linda is real. She's 100% a human. Matter of fact, if you look in the background, since this is such a great photo, there is Samurai as well taking the photo. So I needed to have her photograph the fact that Linda is real. So now you guys know. There's no more dispute. It's 100% factual. Linda is real. So there she is. There she is getting a butterfly on her hand. So that's it. That's Linda. She is real. And now there's photographic evidence of her being real. I actually took a photo of her. I took a photo of her and a video of her, and she didn't. She didn't really like that, so I'm not going to share that. But other than that, it's real. She's real. Okay, so I don't know what you guys have been up to. I don't know what you've been doing. I don't know if all of you have watched episode 50, but it was really great. So let's talk about that for just a minute before we get into the Q&A. As always, you guys ask questions, I answer them. By the way, since you're in the comment section, you guys can always ask him here. You don't have to, but you can. So don't be shy. Okay, let's go here. Last week with Robert coming to the show, if you guys didn't see it, it was Robert Miranda is a tattoo artist locally here in Fresno, and he's actually someone I've looked up to for a long time. If you saw the episode, you'd know that. But what's really cool is, and I'm actually going to show you guys a couple more things, again, before we get in the Q&A. What's really cool is his art has always inspired me. And when I say inspired me, I mean it. I don't actually mean just like, it's not a figure of speech. It was literal. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean by it inspired me. If you haven't actually been, let's go switch to this. If you haven't been watching my Instagram, I'm going to pull something up here and show you guys what the inspiration was. So there's a few things I'll say. I won't show you all the pictures, but I'll show you one specific picture right now that is definitely part of the inspiration. So this is literally what I did right here this week. Let me zoom in a little more. It's not finished. Obviously, you can tell that. But Robert, if you saw the episode, you would know that he actually uses 3 round liners. And his 3 round liners are, it's like his staple sort of, what would you call it, like his method. And not only is it his method, but it's a method that I respect and I understand because I've used it time to time for small detail. But with this tattoo, I actually... I use the 3 round liner more than I usually do because I was really inspired by his work. And so if you look really closely, I'll kind of zoom in so you guys can see this. Matter of fact, let's bring me up on here. Can we do this? Let me find out if I can. Let's go over here. So we got this. Okay, so there's me. So we're on here. By the way, Rochelle, what's up? Thanks for being on here. I'm showing you some work. I did this just today, actually. I just finished this whole thing, this big ass piece, just today. Beard. Oh, you know what? You don't see the whole beard, do you? There we go. So this is something I did today with a mixture of needles, but also the 3 round liner. And what a 3 round liner is just 3 needles in a bundle, really tight, really tiny. It makes pretty much one of the smallest tattoo needles available besides a single needle. And this gives you kind of an idea of what you can do in terms of detail with the 3 round. So if you guys see here, the cursor is in these areas where the little tiny detail is. I was able to get that with that exact needle. And so without it, I wouldn't really be able to do that. So you can see if I go to the beard, you can see some of these big shaded areas. Some of these are with a bigger needle, but then the small dots that you see, the little tiny pixelations, that is 3RL, we call them. And apparently Robert is the 3RL king in town. So I used a lot of that technique in this image here. And it was a lot of fun because it gives you a lot of detail, and I love adding detail. This was about 6 hours, so we didn't get to finish the whole thing. Obviously, the forehead there is not finished, but the rest of this is. I had so much fucking fun with it today. That's why I was late. One of the reasons. Technical difficulties as well, but this is one of the reasons. Thank you, Dambria, for saying that. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Where am I at with my cursor? I really appreciate you saying such kind words. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys are ever interested in tattooing and how it works. I mean, if you've been tattooed or tattooed by me, you would know that I take a lot of fucking time to get this shit done. But anyway, these details and stuff like I'm showing you here it's just super fun to be able to get that kind of detail and with that type of needle. So matter of fact, again, showing this because I was inspired by Robert's work. Even Samurai, the apprentice in the shop, is also inspired by his work. And if you follow her on Instagram, you would know she's been doing a lot of fine detail stuff lately and doing really well, and also using 3 round liners as a tool in her kit to be able to get those fine details. I think it's really cool. It's really cool as artists to inspire each other and to share, tricks and tips and information. I'm not one of those people who likes to covet information because I believe it should be given freely. I don't think it should be hoarded. Although I do believe certain things should be earned or you can even say paid for. But I do think when it comes to this type of stuff, it's really cool that people are so giving and so sharing, or I guess so freely giving. It's really, really cool. So let's get to the comment section, guys. I know that's why you're here. That's why you're here, is to tell dad jokes, to get in the comment section and talk amongst yourself, but also to hear the questions and my responses. All right, so Kim's also asking, does it hurt more with that type of needle? I think some people would say yes. I do think some people would say yes and some people will say no. I think it depends. Here's what I'll tell you. Actually, let me get back to it because this is a good question, and a good way to explain it is having this back on here. So you can see, I'll get the cursor over here. So you can see that in this photo, actually, I don't know, there's like something weird in the photo, but you can see that in this area, there's a lot of fine detail. And then maybe in certain areas, like if you come down to, let's say, let me move this around. So you can see right up in here in the forehead, there's a lot less detail. And because of that, it's going to go faster and you're going to move around more. You spend less time in that area because it's so quick. You can get a lot done. And so that's going to be a little more painful than as if you get into an area like this eye where there's more detail and you stay in there for probably, honestly, this eye section right here probably took me I would say a good hour. And then maybe a little longer, to be honest. So it gives you time to kind of go numb and not be so irritable, I guess, at least the skin area. So sometimes it hurts less, I think. Really depends on the method, what you're tattooing. If you're moving around a lot or coming back to old places that have been hit, then it can be very, very sensitive. So that's definitely very true. Christy's saying if it hurts more, it's worth it. I mean, damn, look at that. Look at it. That's very true. I also think that when you expect something to be amazing and it's worth the pain, I think people tolerate it much more than if they think they're getting something basic or it's not coming out the way they want. I don't think they're as tolerable. So I'm definitely blessed enough to know or to experience that, people like my work enough that, and I've been doing it long enough, they seem to really be excited about the end product. So I don't have to worry too much about the pain because they'll push through it to get something great. So that's pretty fun. Desiree is saying pretty badass. Thank you. I appreciate that. Christy is also saying, does it, dude, it looks so real. I'm like, that must have hurt the eye. LOL. Yes, absolutely. So I'll go back to it real quick. Just show you guys one last time what we're talking about. This eye area right here, this one specifically took maybe an hour to do that. It took most of my work. That's kind of where the most of the detail is. And then of course this other eye over here is, this one is, well, if you guys don't know who this is, I'm not going to give it away. You should know who this character is. Do you guys know who this character is? Give me a hint. Let me know if you know that I know you know. So give me some info here. Danbury is asking, do you ever practice on fake skin, especially when using a new needle or technique? By the way, guys, this is really cool for me to be able to do this with you. Of course, I always tell you that, but you know, when I was with Robert, I'd mentioned at the beginning of the show in our last episode that I wouldn't have the time to respond to all of the comments, obviously, and to all the questions, but I really do like to be able to do that. So I do want to have him on again, and I wanted to have Robert on so that we could actually address the audience more next time instead of necessarily interview or artist talk. So that'll be fun again. So anyway, do you ever practice on fake skin is what Danbury is asking, especially when a new needle or technique? Me personally, no. I've been tattooing for so long that I can adapt pretty quickly to using anything new on real skin. I know for the most part how to go about it. So far, that's been the case. That being said, also that when somebody's learning or somebody's new or they're an apprentice or they're not as experienced as a tattooer, then yes, I probably would have them practice first on fake skin, because different needles, the smaller the needle, the easier it is to really fuck someone up, because it's easier to penetrate the skin with something tiny as opposed to a big fat needle that's for shading or blending or packing. It's a little harder to get that thing to pack in. So, because there's more pressure and more technique needed to get the needle in the skin. So I definitely am very careful with smaller needles with people for sure. Rochelle's saying it kind of looks like Anthony Hopkins. That's kind of cool. It's definitely not Anthony Hopkins. But let's see if anybody does know. Let me see. Go. Did anybody say it? No. So let me know if you guys know who this may be, this character, this tattoo that I did today. I spent quite a bit of time on, which loved doing. Let me know if you guys know who that is. I like when people say wrong answers only. It's kind of fun. Evie says, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. I wish I wanted a portrait. I wish you also wanted a portrait. That would be really cool. If you wanted a portrait, I would be fucking super down because, well, obviously you're awesome, Evie. And not only that, but I love doing portraits. Okay. Brody's saying that nose and stash. Yeah, right. That's legitimate. Actually, that's my favorite part too, by the way. The nose, the stash, and that one eye. It's going to be a lot more to come, so I'm excited about this. He was really pumped about it too. So let me know if you guys know who that tattoo is. If not, then I'll maybe tell you at the end. Let's get right into a question, okay? And you guys know that most of the time these actually turn out to be less questions, more statements. You know, I do have a question for you guys too. And Danbury, you're onto something. I'm not going to give you any answers, but you're onto something, what you just said. Well, if you guys see what she said right there. Let me know how the audio sounds, because I have an air conditioner on and I want to know if it sounds too, if it sounds like too much, if it's loud in the background. Can you guys hear the buzzing in the background? I don't know if it's distracting or if it's super noticeable, but let me know what you guys think about that. Okay. Question. This is going to be the question. First question of the day. Does numbing cream affect the ink of the tattoo? Does numbing cream affect the ink of the tattoo? It's a good question. A lot of people ask this a lot, actually. Brody Jade said, it sounds great, can't hear it. That's good, because the AC is blasting, because I do need it, so it's definitely on. Rochelle saying she has headphones on. It sounds fine with these. That's good, because it's definitely necessary. It's quite warm in here. So does the numbing cream affect the ink of the tattoo? Numbing cream definitely affects the skin. If you're using numbing cream on a tattoo, what you do is you apply it before, obviously, you get the tattoo. There is some stuff you apply during the tattoo, but the stuff that you apply first that you put on the skin like prior to the session, you numb the skin first and let it sit on there for a period of time. That is very very hard to work with when you're doing my kind of work, like portraits and detail, because it does change actually the skin quite a bit. Good. You guys are confirming it. Sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate it. So numbing cream absolutely affects a tattoo. The one thing it does is it obviously has to numb the skin, so it changes the quality, or I should say, it changes the sort of characteristics of the skin. It makes it a little bit what I consider fluffy. It's kind of a weird term, but it's maybe hard to imagine. It really looks like it opens up your pores and really kind of expands your skin. And so for whatever reason, it just makes it way harder to get a good hit on the skin for the needle. Therefore, it's actually more difficult. It's a lot more difficult. I wonder if I should do this. Let me try something real quick. Yeah, it makes it more difficult for sure to be able... Oh, I got multiple mics going on here. Maybe that's why. Maybe I should mute some of these bad boys. Let's see. So this is mic 1. This is mic 2. Still got 3. Sorry, I'm getting technical here. I wonder if I should do this. How's that? It's kind of cool. A little more open for me. Let's get this going on. Let's see here. So this is going to be... The audio probably sounds actually a little bit better now. Anyway, back to the question of numbingness-ish. I prefer not to have it, but some people use it. I actually hate it because it does change the skin, so it's a good question. If you have more questions, you can ask. The person who asked this question is on here with us, of course. So go ahead and ask if you desire more questions. More questions, everybody. Okay, next question is coming from Facebook. This is a good one. It's totally off topic, and I like that. Is, do you believe in ghost spirits that are trapped here? Do you believe in ghosts, question mark, spirits that are trapped, quote unquote, here? Yes. Yes, I believe in ghosts, and yes, I believe spirits can be trapped. I don't know if I would say it so literally, but the best answer is yes. Okay, next question. What are some topics you like to talk about or get questions about? Honestly, what are some topics you like to talk about? Anything related to relationships between humans, whether it's male, female, family stuff, professional stuff, work stuff. I love psychology, and I love the psychology of... I'm kind of blocking the camera, aren't I? We're just talking to... I'm going to do this for the rest of the night. Let you guys talk to my hand. But yeah, that's what I like. If I could talk about anything, it'd be religion, psychology, science, all the things people don't like to talk about because you get touched. Politics, I'm not as interested in. It's very boring to me, although it's important, and I can talk about it. But I like talking about anything philosophical or psychological is super fun for me. Those are the topics I would love to be on more. So any questions regarding that stuff, I'm down. Looks like we have Miss Coots in the house. She says she's late, but you know what? That's okay. We might as well also give her a little sound effect there because it was just your birthday. It was just Miss Natalie's birthday. So happy late birthday to you, Natalie. I hope it was a good one. Let's see here. I'm going to go back to some of these questions. So Brody's saying, what would you do if your client showed up with numbing cream on? Well, I want to still keep my appointment, and I still want money, and I still want to, accomplish the tattoo, but it sometimes does ruin the skin, so it just makes it harder, and they have to know that if we want to proceed, that because they will show up sometimes without being provoked, show up for their appointment and have the tattoo cream on, and it's not exciting for me. I will say this, though, with the numbing cream, probably shouldn't say this, but it 100%, they all start tattooing, and they'll actually ask if it's on their back or something, if I've even started, because they literally cannot feel it. Usually lasts about an hour or so. Depends on the place and who administered it and how much. Lenore said, I believe, too, she's in regards to ghosts and spirits being trapped here. So let's see here. I like that everybody says hello to everybody on here. It's really cool. You guys, if you're on here and you're new and you're watching this and we don't know who you are and you've never been on here before, or you have, but we never heard from you, or you're not commenting, before we kick you off and block you from all social medias and ruin all your email lists, go ahead and let us know who you are, where you're watching from, how you heard about us, or whatever it is that makes you happy. If you could just tell us where you guys are, longtime listeners, no-time callers, where you're from, and if I'm on the big screen, let me know if I'm on the big screen. It is a little late. I started late today, so that means probably no parents coming on the stream. So you guys just tell me, where you at? What are you doing? What's going on? Diana says, hi, Joshua. I'm back. That's good. It's Wednesday. You should be back. So we're here doing it. We're doing the thing. So next question. Oh, this is, again, not a question. This is going to be a statement. It's an honorable experience to witness all you do. Thank you for that. Thank you for all that you do for others. So that's not very specific, but it's very much appreciated. So thank you. Thank you so very much for that. I genuinely appreciate it. Okay, let's see here. This is a really weird question. And you guys know you can ask questions here. We don't have to wait for the questions that are submitted. So do your thing. Next question is, would you migrate to Mars if given the chance? Would I migrate to Mars if given the chance? I don't think so. I like Earth. Mars doesn't seem to have anything on it. If it was possible to visit and come back, fine. But so far as I know, I think the space journey there at this point is about 4 years. So that kind of sucks. Natalie says, yes, you are on the big screen and handsome as ever. Great. I have this. The only problem is I'm used to the a different mic setup. So the way I'm sitting, I'm kind of just blocking the camera with my cigar. So if you're saying handsome, maybe you mean my tattoo on my hand here that Peachy accomplished, as well as the cigar bought by Linda. Linda, since you're not watching and you're out there, thank you, Linda. Thank you for the cigar. So I'm trying to not block the moneymaker here. Okay, let's go here. Both TV and phone for the chat. That's cool. So you're doing like Christy's doing a remote thing where she's on both TV and phone for the chat. No Town Vandal's jumping on. He's saying, "What's up? What's up?" No Town Vandal. I always think that's a cool name. That's just fun. Dambria is. Oh, I thought that was a question. When Josh says there's no parents here, what he means is get spicy in the comments. That's 100% it. You're actually right. I don't have the sound effect thing styled in today either, guys, because I had audio difficulties, technical difficulties earlier, and that's just part of the game. That's just how it works. So it is what it is. Let's see here. Okay, so we're going to go to the next question. This is also coming from Facebook. And, oh, no, this is coming from Instagram, actually. So here we go. This is, okay, again, not a question. This is a statement. So thank you for the statements. I appreciate those too. And it just says, can't wait. Thank you. Can't, well, hopefully yeah, this person is here. So we don't have a lot of questions from this week. If you guys want to ask questions, you can. If not, we'll get into some stories because I did promise. Does anybody remember what I promised, what story to tell? If you would like to hear it and you remember what it is that I didn't tell you last time, I told you there's a second part to a story. If you remember it, I will share it with you. But I have a few other things to say as well. Next question is going to be, okay, not a question. It's another statement. Amanda says, and I'm saying Amanda because she may or may not be on here, just do what you love and tell us stories. So I guess that was perfect timing for me to bring up the story I told you last week or 2 weeks ago that I would tell you. I don't know if you guys remember. All right, let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing any comments. Lenore says she's in San Jose cooking a late dinner. Fuck, dinner sounds good. I may or may not have just ate, but I'm still hungry. I could still eat. I probably shouldn't. Okay, you guys are getting it. So there we go. We got Amanda saying Wolf and Natalie saying I have a question. Wolf 2. That's exactly the story. So good job. Thanks for listening. I see how much you guys are paying attention. You do better than me, so I appreciate you. And yes, it's the second wolf story, which is kind of exciting because I was actually asked today to do a wolf on somebody, and I scheduled that, so that's exciting. And David said there's a few things you haven't told us. You're right, and I won't say some of those things online. So one day in person. So I'm going to tell you guys a wolf story. You guys are ready? You want to hear it? Since you're all begging me and asking me for it, I'll share it with you. So the wolf story. I've told you the first one, my first encounter. Let's see, make sure this. I'm having a hard time with my display too because it's not popping up all the information I need for the audio. Hopefully it's all coming in. I got some new sound effects, but again, I don't get to hear them unless I do this, which I don't necessarily always like to do. Is that working? There we go. Okay. So I can't hear the sound effects. Man, dang, that's what I sound like to you guys? Holy crap. Let's take a look here. Okay. So I got some sound effects. These might be a little loud. This is a good one. So if I tell you guys just to go off, piece of anyway, that's kind of fun. I got a bunch of new ones. Let's see what this one does. These ones don't do it. I actually have sound effects too. There we go. Bunch of new stuff. Let's see here. So if I put these headphones on, I can actually hear the sound effects I'm playing for you. I wonder if my voice sounds different to you guys. If I have the headphones on, then I can obviously hear something slightly different. So maybe my tone will change. We'll see. Okay. I'll tell you the wolf story, and then I'll bring you guys a nice little picture. I'm going to bring it up so I don't forget. Remind me if I do. I have a Johnny Cash tattoo that I just recently did, and let's see, bring it up so when I'm ready, I won't forget. And it came out great, so I'll show you guys that here in a minute. Natalie's saying the Johnny Cash tattoo was amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so here we go. I wonder if we can get some music. Do I have anything fun? What do I got? Here we go. This is probably, I don't know which one this is. See if this is appropriate. There we go, the wolf story. This is cool. Here's the wolf story. All right, so here we go, guys. The wolf story. Hopefully that's not too loud and killing the audio. So the wolf story is the second half. So the first wolf I ever met was in Montana. It was a magical experience. And the second wolf I ever met was almost more magical. Hope you guys are ready for this. Doing so much better not letting this thing go out anymore. That's kind of cool. Okay. So the second wolf story, the first one I was like 12 years old. And the second one I was 31. And actually my sister was involved. So I don't know if she remembers it or if she's still on here. I haven't seen her comment for a little while. Rochelle, if you're here, let me know. You guys got the music. This is cool. I don't know if you can hear it that well. So the wolf story, the second one, is me and the family traveling. I got the kids, got the old lady in the car, got my sister, and we are headed to the Grand Canyon. And as we get to the Grand Canyon, it was a couple-day trip to get there. It was amazing. It was beautiful. It was magical, of course. We drive into the Grand Canyon. So far as I know, there's no wolves in America at this point. They've been out of America for a while. If they are here, it's only because they come down from Canada typically. So we didn't expect to see a wolf for sure. So we went to the North Rim, which is really foresty. It's very, it's heavily wooded. It's got lots of meadows. It's kind of like driving through the Sierras where as you're driving, you're seeing, trees, forest, hills, mountains, then meadow, and then trees, forest, mountains over again, back and forth. And we came across the big meadow full of buffalo. So, of course, the girls wanted to see the buffaloes, and I had to stop and let them out so they can see them. As we're looking at these buffalo and hanging out, and I might be wrong. We saw the buffalo. We got out of the car. It was amazing. And then I think we actually went to the Grand Canyon, took a bunch of videos and photos. It was a wonderful family trip. And on the way out, I do believe, we stopped and we saw I think it was deer running. And so we stopped, took videos and some photos. Then I saw something actually possibly stalking the said deer. We stopped the car, we pull over. It's in this huge meadow area. The trees, finally gave way into this huge, beautiful meadow. And I took the camera out and I zoomed into the tree line, which looked like where the deer had been running from. So I don't remember who it was at first, but they said they saw something. So I zoomed the camera in and I looked, and it looked like a large dog. And I'm thinking, okay, we're in the Grand Canyon. There's no wolves here yet. There's definitely no wolves, or there really shouldn't have been wolves there. Matter of fact, I'll tell you how it got there in a second. So it was the last, what's crazy, it's the last family trip I ever went on. If you guys remember the first wolf story, that one was when I was young, and it really transformed me in a positive way. It felt very spiritual, but I've told you that story before. It was really impactful, and now this one was the last family trip we had all ever gone on together, and it was a very special trip. It was an incredible week we had with everybody. And so on the way out, we're done with our trip. We're ready to go home. We're at the Grand Canyon, which was the last stop, amongst many other wonderful, dreamy places like Zion National Park. Is incredible. So we are driving out. We see these deer. I zoom in. I see this what looked like a large dog. It's getting closer, and all of a sudden I realized it's a wolf. And I thought, there's no way it's a wolf. This is the Grand Canyon. It's 2014. It's been a while. It's been a long while. And I zoom in the camera. I look closer. It's getting a little closer, and I started noticing it doesn't want to get closer to the car, so it's running on the tree line. And it was a huge. It looked like a timber wolf. It was huge, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I thought, wow, this is pretty fucking rad. Maybe it's a hybrid. Maybe it's a, I don't know. Maybe I'm just mistaking it from a different animal. But I definitely was looking straight at a wolf and took some pictures and video. You know, I wonder if I could do. Let me try something. Sorry about the armpit shot, guys. Anyway, so it was just cool because being the last family trip we ever went on together, and seeing this wolf, I almost felt like it was like revisiting me in a way, in a sort of spiritual way, as maybe cheesy as that sounds. It was like it's ode to saying goodbye, or saying like one last time that the spiritual journey you're on is complete, from the first time I saw you at 12 to the last time I saw you when I was 31 in 2014. And I went to the park ranger on the way out, and the lady at the, the ranger at the booth had said at the entrance to the north, or the exit to the north rim, the lady had said there's no way it was a wolf. I reported it, let her know. Like, I asked her actually if there were wolves here. She said no. And then I was like, well, I have it on camera, and it's definitely a wolf, and I definitely saw it, so I'm just reporting it. And she's like, no, there's no wolves here. Don't worry about it. It was something else, probably a large coyote. She thought just this city fucker was wrong about the animal he saw. So anyway, we leave, and it was an awesome experience, the whole trip. But that wolf really, I don't know, it just kind of, I really felt like it was a message to me that a certain journey in my life was complete, from the first time I saw one at a young age to the now, 31 years old at the time. And I get home, and I found out, I think it was like a week later, that these wolves were let go in Colorado, which was quite a ways away from the Grand Canyon where we were. And it was like a day or two they were let out. There was 3 wolves let out in Colorado in 2014. You could probably look it up actually and see the information. And they reported it, of course, after I had already reported it. Somebody in the park had reported there was a wolf sighting. They confirmed it. They were on the news. Everybody's interviewing that they saw this wolf, and it wasn't me. And the lady didn't even believe me there was one. So it was just interesting because it had traveled all the way from, got dropped off, 3 of them in Colorado, and one of them made their way all the way to the Grand Canyon. And I felt like, again, as cheesy as it sounds, I feel like it was there to meet me. It was really fucking cool. That was the second wolf story. It was like a closing to a chapter, and it ended up really truly being, it was the last family vacation we ever went on together. And it was a spiritual, beautiful vacation. I have plenty of videos and stuff on my Instagram and Facebook I've shared over the years, so you guys have probably seen some of it. It was just really, really special. I don't actually know how to reiterate it any other way that makes it actually as impactful as the experience, because I think that's impossible. But it was really, really cool. It was very, very touching. So that's the second wolf story. Now I know. I seem to have a connection with wolves, for sure. I've seen other wolves, especially in zoos and captivity, but those are the 2 I met in the wild and free and running around. Christy is asking, is that Joe Camel on your hand? No, that is not. I'm guessing you mean this hand. I'm sorry, the camera angles are weird, so I have the inability right now to, let's see. Oh, I do have a camera for this. Look at that. You guys like this one? Is this one better, or is the other one better? I don't know which one you like. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should smoke with my left hand, because then you don't have to see Joe Camel. So she asked if this was Joe Camel on my hand. The GoPro, of course, is not going to like. Nope. Let's go back to this one. So this is definitely not Joe Camel. This is a anvil with a hammer. But yes, close enough, I guess. So you guys have heard a wolf story number 2. Amanda's saying that's amazing. Probably about the wolf story, not the Joe Camel on my hand. Do you guys remember Camel Bucks? That shit was funny. Okay, I have. I don't want to say this wrong. I'll say a Luna. Arnulful? I'm not even gonna try it. Luna. You gonna? Let me read this here. You're gonna interview Audie Fulford, the tattoo artist from Fresno. That would be dope. That actually would be cool. And he's another one of the artists in town, a big name in our town of somebody who's just a wonderful artist, and somebody I've always been inspired by their work too. I think his work specifically with color is the only one in town that I know of that does the kind of color that really made me also want to step it up too. So he would be actually awesome to be on here. So how do you know of him? Luna, if you could let me know and maybe reach out to him and let him know, hey, there's a show we think you should be on because we'd love to hear your story. And Artistic Freedom, hosted by Josh Ray Farmer, Clovis, California. We'd love to have you on. Should reach out and do that. Okay, so let's see. Amanda saying thanks for sharing. You're welcome. Thanks for listening. So I do have some plans in the future for some of the future episodes. By the way, guys, if you want to ask questions, ask questions. That's what this is about. But I have lots of plans for future episodes, and I really look forward to them. A lot of them is just going to involve anything from other artists, tattooers, to business owners, anybody who's inspiring, interesting, creative, artistic, and or just super badass. You know, the show is called Artistic Freedom for a reason, because if you're artistic or you believe in freedom or you believe in artistic freedom, however you want to swing it, whether it's about art or freedom or anything related to it, I'm super fucking interested. So I would actually even like to get some of my friends, military guys that have been in the service their whole life, some retired, some still active, and get them on here too and talk about their stories. Diana's asking, Joshua, if you could live anywhere else but here, where would that be? That's a fucking easy answer. Montana, 100%. This is a large cigar too. I'm surprised I've kept it lit this whole time and talked as much as I am. So Diana, thank you for asking that. But yeah, the answer is Montana. When I was a kid and I moved there for the first time, it was actually the first time I'd ever really felt like I was home. So that's pretty much it. Kim, I like this. I got to bring that up. I like American flags. American flags are rad. You guys should just, I didn't even know that was a thing. An American flag emoji. That should be a thing. You guys should just send those right now. Just a bunch of fucking American flag emojis. By the way, I really like this camera angle. This is cool. So American flag emojis, send them. You guys should all send them right now. Just a bunch of American flag emojis. I need like a song for that. Some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of theme song. Do I have any? I don't have anything for. Hey, I got nothing. That kind of sucks. Not a single thing. Well, this is a good one.
Fucking hell yeah.
So you guys should send the flag emoji. I want to see a bunch of them. You guys should send them. Artistic Freedom. I like, by the way, part of the name, I like what I've done there because Artistic Freedom sounds like American freedom. Sounds like artistic. It sounds creative. Sounds like everything I do. But it also, to me, sounds, the freedom part sounds perfect for some of the stuff that I actually started out doing with my media, which was interviewing military men. So that's kind of where the video part of it really stemmed from. So if you guys got the emoji, send it. I want to see a bunch of flags on there. I didn't even know that was a thing till now. I think I'm getting a little light on this thing. Brand new torch. Matches the background. I'm getting fucking bougie. It's true. I'm not going to lie. So send them, guys. I want to see those flags. Dambria's got it. Look at this. I just want to fill up the whole screen with this shit. Lenore's got it. Thank you, Lenore. Right on. We should get some fucking music in here for this. This is awesome. Is there music playing? There we go. No, that's not even a good song. Let's get this one in. So where do we get all the flags? I want to bring them all up right now. Let's do them all in a row. Thank you, Christy, for sharing those flags and everybody else for doing it as well. Let's get in here. Brody, of course, already did, but I'm going to bring them up again. Dambier is bringing them up, of course. Flag dropping. This is awesome. Lenore, you got a bunch of them. Dambrier is kind of giving us some fucking fireworks here. This is awesome. Lenore's going back at it again. Some love. Who doesn't like that shit? Christy, back at it again. It's super awesome. By the way, I love these sound effects, so I'm just going to keep that in the background. Amanda said she's old school and doesn't know where the flag is. You know what? We've sent enough for everybody. No Town Vandals getting it. Look at this. Nothing but flags. We should just do this every episode. This should be a thing. We don't even need, you know what? One of our themes here is simple.
Give me your fucking money.
But I think we should get an American one. Like, I need a button, I need a sound effect, and now we have the emoji flags. This needs to be a thing. Getting at it again. And by the way, let me get up here for a second. Let me go back a little. Sunday is an off day for you, though. Ian said something before that. I hit you up on Instagram and Facebook to see if you were able to hang out Sunday, and you never got back to me. Bro, I apologize. Sundays are my day off. I only hang out with the kids. Sundays, I go dark. I don't do a whole lot, and I definitely don't check like Messenger or anything if that's where it was. But I apologize. And you were in town, so I'm assuming that means you're back in Hawaii. Which is fucking rad. I hope you're enjoying it there, by the way. Yeah, there we go. He's doing it. Flags, bring cash. It's all working out good. Let's see, 52 minutes. It always feels like 5 minutes. This is crazy. It's like 5 minutes. I think you guys being on here, let's see here. I think it's rad. Getting other callers, getting other people on here is super fun for me. So let me know what you think. If you guys like that, if you like those episodes where I bring on other artists or other people. So one of the things I want to do, I got a good friend of mine who's been in the military his whole life. And actually, that's why I had it over here. Because some fan is keeping it right in my face. I have a couple of friends who've been in the military their whole life, and some have retired. I've actually had my cousin on here before. I've done videos with other people who have served. It's one of my favorite things to do. I personally was not in the military, but I appreciate our military, appreciate our country and what the servicemen and women do. And so bringing them on as guests is really fun. So what do you guys think? Do you enjoy that? Is that something you guys were into? I mean, you can't really say no, but if you are into it, let me know. Say yes, because it is definitely something I want to do a lot more in the future. Actually, maybe one of our next episodes should be exactly that. I know I tattoo a bunch of them, man, like a bunch of these old dudes, and they're super fucking rad, kind, nice, generous people, interesting, crazy stories. There we go. Dambria's is rocking it. Dambria, you're pretty much like the co-host. You know that, right? Like you're in here, you're in the comments, you're always shooting out questions, you're always joining us. Actually, I wish I don't have my rock with me. I was going to bring it in here and show everybody what you made me. Natalie's saying wolves also mirror our need to separate ourselves from the pack. That's interesting because each time I saw a wolf, they were solo, which isn't necessarily the most common. Although they do travel really, really, really long distances. I'm kind of sad there are no army guy emojis. Yeah, well, that does kind of suck. Well, actually, there probably is. So far, guys, episode 50 for me was epic. This is 51. This is just going to be me for now, taking it kind of easy. What has been your guys' favorite episode? I want some feedback. So you're watching this now. Let me know in the comments what you guys get out of this, what you enjoy with this. If it's just because you think I'm handsome, I'm totally fine with that too. And if that's not it, Ian, and you don't want to be honest and you want to tell everybody a lie and not say that it's because I'm handsome, you can do that too. But what do you guys get out of this? What do you enjoy the most? What conversations stand out and that you've enjoyed, and or interviews or people? What is something that stands out for you and what you look forward to? Or is it just always new and that's what you enjoy? You guys get in the comments and let me know what that is. Let's see here. Diana, she found it. She's got the flag. She's doing it. We could just do this all night. I'm fine with that. I would be totally cool with that. Ian says, my father is a Vietnam veteran. He took a bullet for our country. I appreciate your father and his service. We all do. Natalie says, yes, I'm wise, but I also know how to use Google. No Town Vandals got it. He's got some, actually, this is pretty cool. Little army helmets. Nice. So you guys, let me know. What are those things? Nobody's mentioned it yet, but let me know what those things are with the episodes that you like, the criteria, the content, the conversations, the topics. Maybe a specific episode that you enjoyed that was, something you liked for a specific reason. Let me know what that is. I would love to hear your feedback. So I'll be waiting until you say that. Until you guys give me some feedback, I'm just going to sit here and enjoy the rest of this drink. going to get weird if we're quiet. So somebody jump in there. Let's see. Plus, I'm on a delay, guys. There's a little bit of a delay between me and the actual. There we go. Okay. Interesting. I don't know what this means. I don't know. Miranda is my maiden name. He might be making. I don't know what that means. Diana said, I honestly tune in because you're so hot and it's always an interesting show. Oh my gosh. Diana, you know what? I'm going to give you this just for the fun of it because I think you deserve it.
That's why I managed to stay single this whole time, you know?
You're funny, and I appreciate you. Thank you. And I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. I really don't care why. I'm glad you're here. It's fun for me. People always ask me what I do on my downtime. You're seeing it right now. This is my downtime, and I get to relax. I get to do this with you, and it's a really great excuse to have a cigar and share the love and get American emojis in the comment section. It's awesome. Brody's on here saying, learning, community, your face, and laughs. That's awesome. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give that. That's not working. Did that not work? Did you guys hear that? I'm not getting that sound effect. I don't know if I can go back to this one. Actually, I'm trying to get used to this sound effect board. I have two now. So here's the broken record. What's this one? There we go. I got some weird shit. Sorry, guys. I'm running through them to find out what they are. This is a brand new soundboard for me. That's a good one. I like those. Anyway, sorry. I'm getting sidetracked. Too many buttons. But anyway, Diana, thanks for your honesty. I appreciate you. Brody, thanks for the comment. Natalie is saying, my favorite episode was when we all discussed the Bible and society. Awesome. Let's do that again. Matter of fact, we should make a whole episode on it. It's been quite a topic lately, and I have a lot of fun speaking on it too. And people seem to appreciate it because, well, I think they're much more receptive than other people think they are, even if they're not necessarily, well, I guess if you come at them the right way. And Natalie's saying she also loved the AI episode. This is great because these are cool things I enjoy too, and I could talk about for hours. Lenore is getting it with the emoji. There we go. Let's give her a little, which one was it? That's it. Lenore, thank you. Christy's saying, wait, what did you ask? I guess you can't rewind right now. Rochelle said, I missed the question, so I see you guys are not paying attention. The question was really important. Matter of fact, could have made you millions of dollars and changed your life. Might have been the fountain of youth for all you know. Maybe it wasn't a question. Maybe it was something you need. Maybe you missed it for a reason. David said the AI episode was really good. I love this group of people. And I love getting turned on to all the wonderful artists in Fresno. That's cool. Rochelle says she was helping Scarlett. Natalie's still figuring out where's the flag emoji. Wait, do I still have the... Let's see, where's the... Oh, it's not working. Is this working? Can you guys hear the sound effect? Because it's really weird. Oh, there it is. It's so loud. I'll turn that down. Does that turn it down? I don't know if that turns it down. That seems really loud. Yep, that's very loud. You'll find it. And also Amanda said, I love it. I love it all. Great peeps, phenomenal talk, and artistic talent. That's awesome. Speaking of artistic talent, I'm going to go ahead and skip to something real quick and show you guys something I just did. If you didn't see it already, you should have seen it, and here it is. This is fucking awesome. Matter of fact, we're going to do some zooming in here. We're going to talk about this for a second. This made my fuck. If people just, I swear, if they would just pay me to do whatever the fuck I want on them, you're going to get better tattoos. Some of you already know that. I know Natalie knows it. Ian definitely fucking knows it. We'll talk about this here in a second. Let me get to the comments. All right. Ian says, I really liked last episode, but I'm biased. Okay, I get it. And I liked the first episode. I was a great host. It was a good time. Nothing like hanging out with you for real, Josh. I appreciate you, Ian, and thanks for saying that. That was awesome. Diane is on here saying the best two I tuned in to was when you had your other artists as guests. One being Numb and the other, the super awkward guy when you first started this. Yeah, awkward guys are interesting. I'm going to have some more artists on here coming up soon too. I got them lined up. I'm trying to make this show as interesting as possible, or I'm actually just trying to have fun, to be real with you. And the more fun we have and the more interesting it is and the more you guys join me and support me, then the more I can do with this and get other artists on as well. So let's see. Ian says also the episode of the show. He likes hearing about the young Josh. Yeah, we told some serious real stories there, especially how I tormented her and she tormented me. That's great. Diana said, yes, let's do that again. That one was great. Diana, which one? Was that the one with Rochelle? Because we could totally bring her on as a caller, and she would be happy to do so. So this was great. So everybody's agreeing. Okay. It's because watching you is so distracting. Diana, what is the deal? I love it. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let's see. I'm trying to get to all the comments now. They're coming in. Sometimes they come in quick. Sometimes, I guess if I'm telling an interesting story, there's less comments. And sometimes you guys just get into it, so I appreciate it. So yeah, that's what you can expect in the future. If you guys know anybody, if you guys are connected to anybody or have any ideas, or people you want to shoot my way for now, this is not going to last long because eventually I'll probably have too many that I won't be able to get to. Kind of like when I first started tattooing, I wasn't booked, so I would have to try my best to find clients and promote and market myself. Now I'm booked for a year. I have appointments until January and February, going into March of next year. I need a new seat too, by the way. I'm sitting literally on just a hardwood stool. This is keeps me on my fucking toes. But anyway, the episodes coming up, I definitely want to be able to have other artists and other people involved. But being able to stay on topic with people in the military talking about where they got their tattoos, what they mean to them, having other artists talking to them about how they got started, sharing stories like that it always means a lot to me. It's always a lot of fun, and I of course appreciate people for joining me. But eventually, I'm going to get to the point with the show, hopefully, where it turns into less ash on my keyboard here, where it turns into me eventually being booked out for quite some time with people and guests that I can promote and talk to and share stories with. And I'm not going to have this kind of time, this kind of freedom in the future to be able to do always the Q&A, hopefully always connecting with you guys, doing the live, doing other episodes and shows too as well. But I'm not always going to have that kind of opening. So right now, it's kind of cool. It's like in its infancy stage, and I enjoy that. I kind of like that building process part of it. So for now, it's very organic, and I enjoy that. So getting other artists on is going to be fun. Damir says the colors are gorgeous. The blue is her favorite color. That's interesting because it's my least favorite color. Actually, I'd say maybe that's not true, but it's close to it. Natalie says, I'm amazed at women who say men are pieces of shit and are surprised when they end up with a piece of shit. I don't know where that's coming from, but that's interesting. Maybe you can elaborate on that, Natalie. Diana's also jumping in saying Bible talk. That's cool. You know, one of my favorite things in my life that I've ever experienced was Bible lessons. I liked Bible school. That was fun. Summer Bible school was really cool as a kid. But also just having actual Bible studies with, I've read the whole Bible multiple times, and it was always a year process. Every year we'd go through the Bible. I had a mentor that would teach it to me and talk with me about it, answer my questions. And that was a really remarkable experience, actually. I think even if you're not religious or necessarily a believer, actually, I think I already know, it's the most dominant, significant book in world history so far as we know. There's not been, at least in our society today, it's definitely been the most significant. So it's always fun to talk about. And Ian, I appreciate you for saying that very much. That's very cool. Sound effects are coming through. I don't know if you guys hear that. The applause, that's weird. It should be, let's see here. It should be coming through. Did I mute it? I don't think so. Anyway, having artistic freedom is really important, so I appreciate when you guys give it to me. Amanda says she can't pick one. Every show for her has been amazing, and I appreciate that. That's cool. And I say the same. Although I do have my favorites. Yeah, I like when it gets to just sometimes be me and you guys. It's very personal, so that's really fun. I totally forgot that I just had Johnny Cash hanging out up here right now. This is cool. Let's see here. Christy said she really liked, and she really enjoyed the camera work, the interaction with the director, Kid, and Sam. Oh yeah, so last episode having the camera switching. So I mean, I can switch to me and me, but that's about it because there's nobody else in the room. But it is cool when I have other people enjoying. We're all enjoying our time together. Tabor said, We just watched To Look at Your Face, Josh. You could do a show about dog shit and we would still want to watch. We're definitely not going to test that out. And you guys are agreeing. That's funny. All right. Well, there we go. So apparently it's a sexy person with conversations that are deep. I'll take it. Whatever. I'm not mad about it. I'm missing a lot. I'm a little behind here. Oh. Ian said, I'm not here for your face. I like your insight in the community. And Ian, I'm not here for your face. I'm here for the insight in the community. So that's cool. Okay, I get it. Natalie is referring to something I asked her a moment ago. That women shit statement was just from a conversation I eavesdropped on in public. I see what you're saying. That's a very interesting topic because it's a good one that I hear a lot of times. It seems very common and very... It seems to be a very hot topic, if you will. That's for lack of better expression, that people like to shit on men today and really take. I don't mean that literally, but people like to really. It seems like there's a culture that just shits all over men, and I maybe that's what you are referring to. And I hear it a lot too, and I fucking hate it. And Brody said, "Yes, the insight is mind opening." Okay, I'm trying to read all these. There's a lot. I like when this happens. This is really cool. Keeps me on my toes. Rochelle's agreeing that the best episode was with her because we love him and he's the best brother ever. That's right. And thank you for that. Appreciate it. I don't know if those sound effects are coming through right now. Tell me if you guys hear this applause right now. Is that coming through on your end? Because for some reason I'm not hearing it. It's very weird. Natalie says, yes, I eavesdrop and sneak pictures of bad tattoos in public. That sounds like a good time, actually. Especially if you're caffeinated and ready to go. All right, Diana's on here with a question. When someone does allow you to do whatever you want on them, tattoo, how do you decide what it'll be? Do you ask them about themselves to get a feel for what they like or surprise them? Fuck yeah, that's awesome. That's a good question, actually. That's a really good question. So what does the process look like if I have artistic freedom? Yeah, I have to get to know the person a little bit. But if they're going to give me artistic freedom, they probably trust me quite a bit. So that's usually a good opportunity for me to shoot them some ideas that I have, and it's usually very specific. Like I still haven't done Batman. What the fuck, you guys? I still have not done a Batman tattoo. I don't understand it. So I'll sometimes throw stuff out like that to somebody. I'll give them all kinds of other ideas of things that I want to do, and I'll kind of shoot those their way. And then just kind of pick their brain and find out what they like and then see what I want to do that fits that vibe. But a lot of times, it's usually never women. They're almost never saying, here's an arm, do what you want. It's usually guys, and they're going to pick something, I guess, a little darker, a little more skulls and Viking stuff, all the way down to animals, wild animals, forest scenes, and things like that. And they give me that freedom. That's really fun. Any artistic freedom's cool. And I'm usually always going to pick the subject as a person, for the most part, an animal of some sort. This is getting shitty. Okay, Kim is saying you make me watch. You make me watch? I don't know what that means. I'm with you, though. Yes, we can hear it. Okay. Zaber is saying that the sound effects come through. I don't know why I'm not hearing it on my end, but you guys are apparently still getting it. That's good. Community. Yes, sound effects are working good. Brody's saying Batman and Catwoman. Fuck, dude. Somebody please bring me a Batman and Catwoman. That's what I want to do. Both Supermans. Yeah, there's a lot of Supermans. There's a lot of really good Superman images out there, and quite a few people that played them really well over the years. One of the main decisions I've ever made. Yes, Natalie said, I let him do what he wanted to me. Best decision I've ever made. Well, you know what? That's awesome. I definitely did, for the most part, what I wanted on you. But you, of course, had input, but we found something different than what your original design was. And I think it always comes out better. If you give me, someone like me who's had the experience, been tattooing my whole life, definitely creative, a little bit artistic, then you're going to get something awesome. That's for sure. Okay, so finally I made it. Okay, that's awesome. So I didn't even talk about this picture, although I've left it up. So this is a Johnny Cash that I did just this week. And I will tell you something. Doing a tattoo like this is not fucking easy. Someone you look up to, someone you like and enjoy, someone that's been, an icon for so long. it does feel like a little bit of pressure because nobody knows him and it's got to look like him. This is also an iconic photo. The reason it was hard is because his hand is supposed to look blurry because it's out of focus and close up to the camera. You kind of have some of the guitar action down here, which is really colorful and has a lot of symmetry to the strings, which I hate to say I could have done better. But the hand looks great. The colors are all awesome. And the facial expression, like I spent so much time on that face. And really, if you look at this, the face itself's not that big. This is a, see if you can see it there. This is a forearm. The guy's got a pretty beefy forearm. Jacob, you're welcome. So Mr. Jacob here had a big ass wide forearm, so I got a lot of space here to work with, but still that face is maybe still like the actual facial features, call them the big three, the eyes, nose, and mouth. This is way smaller than like, it's probably like the size of my thumbnail. Maybe my thumbprint would cover his whole face. So getting that kind of detail, get a little closer here. So we'll degrade the quality a little. Doing stuff like this, oh, there we go, wrong way. Doing stuff like this is really difficult because this is incredibly fucking small. And trying to get the details in the face and all this sort of coloration, like you have different colors here all the way to up here, warmer stuff here, kind of more greens and yellows down here. It's really hard to get that sort of look. So doing things like this is incredibly difficult. But when someone says, hey, do what you want, here's my ideas, that's when I get really excited. That's kind of shit I love doing. Okay. Brody Jed says, only 2 important Supermans. Technically, there's 3. There has to be 3, the original, the TV series. Can't forget this guy. Let's see. Oh, I see what you're saying. I get where you're going. Love that tattoo. Thank you, Lenore, for saying that. Don't forget to like the video. It's not the heart. It's the like button under the chat. Yeah, you guys should. You guys should like the video. It definitely helps. But I just appreciate you guys being in the comments. It's really fun. Let's see here. By the way, nobody guessed this. Ian, if you weren't on here earlier, I'm going to bring something up for you. Nobody guessed this tattoo earlier, although I just did it today and fucking love it. So tell me if anybody can take a wild guess on who this is. I'm surprised nobody's said it yet. They got close. They said mythological, or I won't give any more away, but they said mythological, and they would be correct. So maybe, Ian, you know who this is. My bad. I thought it was a leather belt, but yeah, the guitar that I did on Johnny Cash was really hard. That was actually one of the harder parts besides the face. Amazing highlights. Tabor said you have done amazing highlights. Highlights are hard. Highlights are very hard because you have to be very careful not to destroy them. Otherwise, the whole thing falls apart. All right. So that's all I wanted to show you guys today with the tattoos. I appreciate, of course, you guys complimenting them, but I was really excited about those 2 pieces. I told you guys earlier that, well, I already showed you Linda, so now you guys know she's real. But I also told you guys I was really inspired by Robert when he showed up, and I've always looked up to his work, being able to use some of his techniques and some of the stuff that he does in my own work. Even though I've used 3 round liners before, even for detail, it's a tiny needle. Seeing the way he uses it and kind of trying to understand it and talking to him about it just inspired me to want to do it more. And then that portrait of that, face just came out so much better because I used some of those techniques. So being inspired by people is so awesome. And I don't think there's a better way to do it than be in person. Being in person, it's like a concert. You might not like the music, but when you go to the show, it's so much better. Or you maybe love the music, but you go to the show and it's just that much better. It's the same thing with people. When you look up to somebody as an artist and then you get to actually meet them, it's just so much more inspiring. So it's really cool. I was really thankful to have him on. Diana's asking, is it Lord of the Rings? No, I don't know that I've even seen that, but maybe that's not a bad guess. There's some wizardry stuff in that, I think. And Ian's got it. So good job, Ian. He is saying Odin. So yes, that's who it is. I think it's actually obvious if you know who Odin is that he's missing an eye because I think it was Fenrir that took his eye. Oh no, it was one of the ravens actually. He said it right here. Odin had 1 eye and ravens. So my guess is Odin. Yeah, he had 1 eye because one of the ravens took it, which we're also going to put in the sleeve eventually. Michelle says, those 2 pieces are phenomenal. It's amazing to see how far you've come and continue to grow with portraits. You know what? That's fucking awesome. I'm actually going to read something live. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I'm going to pull something up because this is really cool. I don't know if you guys know this, but I get a lot of real good positive. There's always plenty of shit in the world. Get that off there. there's plenty of shit in the world that, people don't like, that they want to talk negative about, and they want to, there's plenty of issues, right, that can be negative and be ugly and be less inspiring. But I can tell you guys right now, I get a lot of positive feedback from people, especially because of the show, because of my tattooing, because of, the artists that I have in the shop and the apprentices and the people I work with. I get a lot of positive feedback. I should mention that because I think sometimes people forget that there is, depending on how you're living, you kind of get what you give out, and depending on how you're living, you're going to get a certain sort of response from people. And I think it's really cool. You know what? I'm going to take these off for a minute. I always feel weird wearing these when I'm by myself, because then I always get so much closer. That's weird. I feel like I just went deaf. This is all awkward. But what I was saying is, it's always nice when you have people in your life that you. I would just say in general, when you have people that build you up, that encourage you, and that they believe in you, and it's because it's for a reason. They're not just saying it to be nice; it's because it's true. And when you get that often enough, then obviously it's true. But I get a lot of positive feedback. I get a lot of positive affirmations, positive comments, DMs. Not always, but quite often enough for it to be noticeable. And I don't know if everybody's living that reality themselves, and maybe they don't even know that it's true. Sometimes they think that the world's just shit and people are terrible. But I think depending on who you are, you attract a certain sort of response from the world. And I just want to thank you guys for that, but also just to let you know that, it's really cool to reach out to people and let them know how special they are and what they do for you, and let them know, what value they bring to your life. It doesn't have to be, I'm not saying go out of your way and, be fake about it. What I'm saying is, when it's really true, it's really cool to get that feedback. And if you have those people in your life, it's really cool to be able to reach out to them and give them that love. So I appreciate you guys for doing that for me. I don't know if you guys realize how much of it I get, but it's a lot. So I appreciate you for that. Being able to do these last 2 tattoos that I did this week, actually this week has been phenomenal in terms of the stuff I've been tattooing, and the future looks nothing but even brighter. So it's really exciting. I'm going to read you guys a comment based off what I just said, with building people up. Because that's part of how I train artists, and how I like to treat the people that I work with. Being the owner of the shop, it's very important for me to build people up, and not in a fake way. I'm always honest with where they can improve or where they make mistakes, but I'm also very equally honest with when they win and they succeed, and I like to share with them that. So this is something actually coming from one of my apprentices. Always encouraging her to do a good job, and she's been stepping up lately, doing a really good job. This is a conversation we had today. She said, "Thank you for everything, Josh. I wouldn't be the same person without you." This is one of my apprentices. That's a huge statement. "Thank you for everything, Josh. I wouldn't be the same person without you." And I said, ditto. And she said, "By the way, your work has been insanely fucking awesome." Mind you, this girl sees me tattoo every day. So she just sent me this afternoon. "By the way, your work has always been insanely fucking awesome, but the stuff you've been doing lately is beyond me. I'm super proud of you, man. You got it. You have it, and you're just getting better every second." That's the kind of shit I receive on a regular basis, and I appreciate it deeply because it means a lot to me. Not only does it mean a lot to me, but the hard work that I put into things really makes it feel like it's worth it for that reason. And you guys do the same thing when you're on here or in the DMs afterwards or before or throughout the week. I get a lot of positive feedback, and I appreciate you guys for that. I just had to mention that. I think the world sometimes is easily gets full of lots of negativity, and I wanted to share that with you guys because it's fucking beautiful. Okay, so I'm a little behind on the comments again. Anthony Hopkins, I'm reading some of them here. Christy's saying, "Put him back up, please." You're probably talking about the Odin tattoo, so let's go ahead and bring that in so you can see this. That's definitely not it. Let's go back to me. Don't want to show you guys my home screen. You don't want to see that. Let's bring this guy back up again, and then I will show you here with their screen share. So there we go. So that's the tattoo we're talking about, the Odin that we're talking about. Vice versa, yes. The Ravens can see what he's seeing and vice versa. Okay. I'm trying to read all these. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little behind. Rochelle says, "Joshy, you are determined." I like when you call me Joshy. It makes me feel like a little boy again. I love you, sis. "You are determined, and it wouldn't be the same. I wouldn't be the same either if you weren't in my life. And the same is true for me, Rochelle. I would definitely not be me without you. It's been wonderful having you as a sister, and I appreciate sharing this journey with you. It's been remarkable. It's been absolutely as up as it can be and absolutely as down as it can be. And we've done it together, and I'm proud of the woman you are for weathering these storms as well as being through there for the good times and the bad. But I mean it. I fucking love you, and you're an awesome sister. Dambria says, those letters and notes are the best. Touching people's lives and helping them improve their lives is the best feeling in the world. You are a wonderful soul, Josh. Thank you, Dambria. And Brody is sharing a cyber hug for Rochelle. Yeah, I think that's just such an important thing to know that you can wake up in the morning and think of all the shit that's wrong, and you can easily we all do it. We get sucked into the negativity. I like to call it the little you. The little you is stuck in the ego, and the ego is very much centered. It's very centered around you. The ego, when you're stuck in it, feels like there's a lot of problems that are so insurmountable, and it's only because you're thinking so little. You're thinking so little because you're stuck in your own ego, and your ego is tiny because you're only thinking about you, and you are very finite, have a very finite existence as an egotistical person, which is necessary to do, but not to get stuck in. And when you get stuck in that, it seems like your problems are bigger than they are. When you zoom out and you allow yourself to be what I like to call your cosmic you, the unlimited you, the universe that you are having a human experience, the connection you have with God that is always there and always available, it's sometimes shut off because of the ego. That's when you get to see that your problems aren't as big as you think, and that the world is, your life is a lot more meaningful, has a lot more purpose, and a lot more love and positivity in it than you think. It's just that you get lost sometimes in the tiny you, the ego you, and you can't see things on a grander scale, and it seems like you're stuck in a hole, and you are, because it's called selfishness. So that's something I think we can all practice more. I try to do as much as I can. The other day I actually had woke up and was in a terrible mood, and it was very interesting because I tried to kick it, and it really wasn't working. And I was very conscious of the fact that I was thinking very negatively, and I had really negative self-talk for some reason. I recognized it really quickly. And then I went to a drive-thru to get some breakfast and get to work. And something happened with the order. I had to go back through the drive-thru. They wouldn't fix it. So they said, you're going to have to go back through again, although I was already at the window. And it just set me off more. And I brought that attitude to the shop. And when I got to the shop, I was in a bad attitude. Things weren't working out. And I'll tell you what switched it all around, which was amazing. I got a message from a friend telling me how much they care about me and wanted to know how my day was, which is really cool, really caring and very thoughtful. It was kind of out of the blue-ish. And then also I got to see one of my apprentices, actually the artists in my shop, who all of them I've had a hand in teaching. Some of them taught everything they know, or at least was there since the beginning of their learning process and their tattoo journey, quite a few of them. And I get to see them succeed, and I get to see them do well. And then I'll just be real frank with you. I have a pocket full of cash from the day. My client was awesome. Even though I started out with negative self-talk and I was stuck in my ego, I still had a wonderful day because I saw the people that I taught win. I saw them succeed. I saw them do great things, accomplish their goals, wonderful tattoos. The customers are happy. It's towards the end of the day. People are sharing the love. I'm getting texts from people that care. Nobody knew I was having a bad day. I tried to hold it in. Well, maybe you can kind of tell if you were around me. But it's so cool that you can get out of the small you, the ego you, and get into your cosmic you, get in touch with the real you, the bigger you, the limitless you. And I did that towards the end of the day, and I was like smiling so big because what did it for me wasn't just the pocket full of cash, although I'll be real with you that does matter to me. I have a family and a business, and I have an extended family that I have to provide for, so it does matter to me to be able to earn money, and it does feel good to be able to do so because it's resources that I get to disperse how I see fit. But also just seeing people succeed, especially people under your wing, it's fucking amazing. So it's like being a parent in a way, but also professionally with artists that I work with. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because, well, I don't share that kind of stuff enough. Ian said, you've changed my life as well. Tons of inspiration, motivation, and laughter. You started as my tattoo artist and quickly became a friend for life. Good night, Josh. You know what, Ian, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you saying that, and I feel the same. So thank you very much for that, and good night. Speaking of good night, it's been an hour and a half, you guys. We did this. It's been awesome. It's been real. It's been fun. Actually, it's been real fun. If I didn't know where to show you guys, I got some gifts earlier, so thank you very much for that. If you guys didn't know Linda was real, she's real. She's not only real, but I appreciate her too. She doesn't watch these, so you guys, if anybody out there, sometimes people that watch this know Linda. It's very rare, but it happens. Thank you for my gifts. I'm very thankful for them. It's very thoughtful of you. I appreciate Linda. Linda, if you're out there, if you're listening, you know I love you. You're amazing. But it has been an hour and 26 minutes. You guys have been with me. Thank you for that, of course. I love these episodes. I love that you guys are with me, joining me on this journey. I can't wait for you guys to see how it evolves. I think last episode showed some of the potential of what this show can be. And of course, I look forward to sharing more with you in the future. So this is me saying goodnight. I'm trying to see all the comments too before I get out of here. Christy is saying it correctly because this is 100% my motto.
Give me your fucking money.
Kim, thanks for being on here. You know I love you. Brody saying he's definitely a life changer. I appreciate that. And here we go. Let's just get into it. Danbury saying you are a wonderful teacher, Josh, and you just keep getting better. We absolutely love you. I appreciate you, and I love you guys too. Thank you. Rochelle saying, so was that character really played by Anthony Hopkins? There was a Odin in a movie, and I do believe he was played by Anthony Hopkins. But no, this picture that's up here right now, I'm taking it off, is not Anthony Hopkins, but close. It's just an old man that I picked, and I turned him into Odin. It wasn't an original. I found a really cool old dude, and I gave him, I photoshopped the braided beards, the braided beard on him, and also took out his eye because that's very Odin-esque. Let's see here. Michelle saying, was I right? Lenore's getting it. Let's do that. There we go. This is a party. This is how we party. This is how we outro. This is how we intro. This is, I'm going to try to keep it up. We're going to get this new, emoji going every single episode. I need to see that flag. Let's see here. Dinah, good night. Thanks for being on here and joining us. Natalie, good night. Thanks for being on here as well. We definitely had a good episode. I appreciate you guys. It's been a wonderful night. Diana, Lenore, Rochelle, everybody on here, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you next week for episode 52. Now that it's 52, I feel like there's kind of a hump that I'm over in terms of, being at 50 last week. I really look forward to episode 100. It's very far away, but it will come, and we will have a great time. So I appreciate you guys. Let's see here. Ladies, Joshua. Yeah, so like Diana said, good night, ladies and Joshua. Good night, everybody that was on here joining us. If you're watching this later on at a different time, you got to come live so that you guys can see this and get in the comment section. Join us there so that we can answer questions, get spicy, talk about whatever the fuck we want. And yeah, that's it, guys. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'll see you next week for episode 52 of Artistic Freedom. I appreciate you. I could stay on here all night, but I literally could. So I do have to sometimes. I never want to get off. I actually always want to stay on here. We have 300 comments, 13 people watching, and all kinds of interaction here in the comment section. But there is a time and there is a place. So next week we'll see you guys again. I appreciate you. Much love to all. Hope you have a good night. Peace out. Episode 51. Joshua Ray Farmer out.